we're going to get going. There may be people who show up a little later, but that's their choice. And so you see my contact information. I'm going to take that off the screen in a moment here. And as I've mentioned here, or I indicate in the on the screen, you're welcome to, if you haven't been a client of mine, a free introductory reading by contacting me on my website, altazarastrology.com, or you can go to my YouTube channel where I have 20 videos, including describing what it means to engage in Chinese astrology. And you can email me at altazarastrology@gmail.com or call me directly at 303-727-0023. So I'll post that again later if you're so interested. And so I'm going to start out by, we did get everyone's Chinese years since you've given me your birth dates. Claire, who you can see with the, looks like the San Francisco Bay Bridge in the background there. Or no, that's the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah. I left my heart in San Francisco. Okay, I'm also a professional singer. At any rate, Claire is our rabbit representative here today. So she is born in the year of the rabbit. But what's going to be most important for everyone here is not, it's the year of the rabbit and, eat more carrots and enjoy your life, calm down a little more. So we'll talk about some of the attributes of the year of the rabbit in general. But ultimately, it's about, in spiritual astrology, why care about the year of the rabbit? What does it matter to know your Chinese year other than going to a Chinese restaurant, ordering egg foo young, and reading about your Chinese year? In 35 years of my experience as a professional astrologer, your Chinese year is more of an accurate summary of the 72 factors that makes your astrology chart. It's more of an accurate summary of aspects of your identity, personality, or character than your sun sign is. So spiritual astrology is really about understanding the journey of your soul and why are you here and what are you here to learn, what are you here to heal in your personal growth experience. And in that context, your Chinese year of birth is significant to know and understand in the process of your self-actualization in this life. So unlike the Western media, where astrology is rather frivolous in terms of just being entertainment, oh, the year of the rabbit, it's a cuddly little creature. So maybe if you're born in the year of the rabbit, you like your creature comforts, you want to have a quiet and peaceful home environment. These are some of the generalizations of being born in the year of the rabbit. Doesn't mean you like carrots necessarily, or that you're a vegetarian. But at any rate, it goes far beyond just knowing the generalizations of your character and personality, but more what your soul growth is about in this life. So I don't know if we've lost you, Jane, but don't see you here anymore. Maybe this doesn't work for you. At any rate, I'm going to go a little further in talking about what this means, and we'll take down the character of the rabbit here. And we're going to bring up the chart I'm going to share of Martin Luther King Jr. We'll see if you can see that. There we go. Can you see that chart now? Claire, can you see?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. And Priya or Kathy, can you see that chart?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right. So I'm using the example of Martin Luther King Jr. to talk about just the relationship between your Chinese year of birth and your soul growth and your identity development. And then ultimately today, we're going to look at your Chinese year of birth and how it relates to our current year of the rabbit. So, in other words, you can read about and hear on the internet all the generalizations about, oh, we're entering the Chinese year of the rabbit. So it's going to be a year of peace and calmness or prosperity or a good time to play the lottery because it's a lucky year. Those are, again, the entertainment generalizations that Western media actually dumbs down the significance of astrology. But the real meaning of the Chinese year of the rabbit is only valuable to you based on what Chinese year of birth you have in relationship to the year of the rabbit. So for some people, like Claire, year of the rabbit may very well lend towards a year of calm, more peaceful inclinations, a better year to engage in home interior decoration and or in fact even buy a lottery ticket on your birthday or something, but if you're so inclined, or learn how to play a musical instrument or engage in something musical. But for Priya, born in the year of the horse, or Kathy, born in the year of the sheep, it may have different significance, which we'll get into as we go along here. But right now, can you see the arrow that I have pointing? I'm circling on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you see that I'm pointing here that Martin Luther King Jr. is born in the year of the dragon. Okay. So even though his sun sign, and again, a person's astrology chart consists of 72 factors. One of them is your sun sign. So there's 71 other factors that go into describing you as a unique individual compared to all the other Capricorns or all the other Aquariuses or all the other Pisces, or in Kathy's case, all the other Leos. Or Libras for Priya. So at any rate, when doing a perspective of personal and spiritual growth for a person, we're looking at many dimensions that go into describing who they are. And again, over 35 years, I have found that a person's Chinese year of birth may be more of an accurate summary. If you just wanted to say, well, if someone asks, well, what's Claire's orientation or character like? Would I say, well, for her, she's right on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces, but in fact, and so she's more integrated because the year of the rabbit correlates with the Western sign Pisces. So then I can say, well, Claire might be a fairly sensitive person, not necessarily real outgoing, but creative, intelligent, somewhat retiring, or liking her privacy. So those are more descriptions of the year of the rabbit than they are necessarily Aquarius or Pisces.
Yeah.
So when we talk about Martin Luther King Jr., his sun sign is in the 25-degree position of Capricorn. Well, if I were just to generally describe someone Capricorn like that, That would be someone who'd be strong-willed, persevering, career-oriented, and inclined towards wanting to be a healer of some kind, might even be a doctor. But when we look at the year of the dragon implies someone who's powerful, someone who has a strong will. So when we look at a person's Chinese year, the reason why the Chinese choose a creature, the snake, the horse, or the sheep or the rabbit, the creature represents certain qualities and attributes that can be extended to human beings. So stop for a minute, take a little snack here. It's the year of the rabbit. Okay. And so if you think about a dragon, a good way to learn or understand how to characterize the Chinese years, the year of the dragon is a mythological creature, right? It's a powerful creature. It's been, a fire-breathing dragon can be the nemesis of the peasant society. The dragon might have been used as the forefront of an attack on another country, and yet the dragon, on the other hand, in the higher level of consciousness, is symbolic of the fighter for justice. The dragon is the energy of serve and protect, like if you want to take the slogan of law enforcement. Okay, so the dragon can, when harnessed spiritually or properly, the dragon is then the advocate, on the front lines of fighting for justice, peace, and integrity for society. So wouldn't you say that more describes in general who Martin Luther King Jr. was than what I talked about before, just about his sun sign, right? Martin Luther King Jr., like many born in the year of the dragon, are self-starters, initiators, pioneers, and often charismatic leaders, you see. So this is why we use the Chinese year of a person's birth as another factor in helping to understand who they are as a person. Any question about that? Now, and feel free to chime in if you do have a question about that. But when we do a life purpose reading or try to understand, well, what would Martin Luther King Jr.'s life be like in the year of the rabbit? Well, think about what it would be like to see a dragon in a field with a rabbit.
So I did spend 2 decades with 2 different people that were both the year of the snake. For some reason, I guess get along with people that were born in the year of the snake. Now I have 2 sisters. So 63 was year of the rabbit, 64 was year of the dragon, 65 was year of the snake. And I get along well with both my sisters. And one was year of the dragon is actually a Gemini, so I guess a balance of energies. And my sister in the year of the snake is a Scorpio.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get too complicated here, Claire. And you're getting
too complicated. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, you're getting into compatibility with other people. So,
okay.
And the primary focus of our discussion today is simply for each of the individuals here, how you might relate to the year of the rabbit.
The year. Okay. Okay.
And how that might have an effect on your soul growth.
Okay.
And your issues. So, yeah, it's when we look at compatibility between 2 people, we're looking at 35 factors. One is your Chinese year. So it gets a little more.
Okay.
So at any rate, if we were looking at Chinese Year of the Dragon and Martin Luther King, and let's say this is the Year of the Rabbit, and a way for people to begin to understand how to use understanding the Chinese years is to think about the creature itself. So imagine someone, a dragon out in a pasture with a rabbit. Not very easily compatible. The dragon might eat the rabbit. So just very simply, the Chinese Year of the Rabbit isn't necessarily an easy year for someone born in the Year of the Dragon. They're not necessarily easily compatible energies. What the Year of the Rabbit tends to be about is about having more peace, privacy, introspective time, contemplative time, and time to reflect on your life now, or private time. Now, someone born in the Year of the Dragon could take advantage of that because people born in the Year of the Dragon tend to be very active people, inclined towards sports or recreation, or in Martin Luther King Jr.'s case, activism, so to speak. So the Year of the Rabbit for someone born in the Year of the Dragon can be a time to step back from too much activity or activism and take care of their health and become more introspective. So that's how we look at that case in a celebrities context. So now we're going to, and just for your benefit, Kathy, when we do an astrology reading, you haven't had a life purpose reading with me, have you, Kathy?
No.
Okay. So when we do a life purpose spiritual astrology reading for someone, what we're doing is we're looking at many factors like the Year of the Dragon. That tells me something. In your case, you're born in the year of the wood sheep. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So do you have any idea what it means to be born in the year of the wood sheep other than?
No, I had just written down to see if there's a book out there that explains that to me.
Yeah. So let's just see what we have here. Okay. So at any rate, the year of the sheep is actually a very compatible year to start with the year of the rabbit. In fact, the sensitivity or emotionally empathic Chinese years are the years of the rabbit, the sheep, and the boar, B-O-A-R. So if we want to just get into very simplistic compatibility for Claire's benefit, the two Chinese years that people could be born in that would at least imply a basic compatibility with someone born in the year of the rabbit or the sheep are the years of the sheep, the boar, and the rabbit. Those are the empathic, sensitive Chinese years. So we'll get more into your Chinese year in a moment, Kathy. But
okay.
Just to give you a sense, as we're looking at Martin Luther King Jr.'s chart, if I were to make your astrology chart, which I will do in a moment, we look at his Chinese year of birth, year of the dragon. We look at his numerology. His destiny number is 1. And you have a destiny number 2, which would, you have a destiny number also that would be calculated by adding up your birthday numbers. And in his case, the number 1 also implies he's a self-starter and a pioneer and self-reliant. and we look at his moon. In other words, everyone has a moon position phase when you were born, like a new moon, crescent moon, quarter moon, full moon. A lot of people don't know what moon phase was happening when they were born. And
Correct.
so Martin Luther King Jr. was born under a crescent moon. That means he has a deep sense of psychology, personal growth, and can apply that as a social service activist. So, then we see that his Egyptian moon phase was born under number 4, the year of the warrior priestess. So his Egyptian moon phase was the warrior priestess, and that has a certain interpretation as well. So these are just themes about Martin Luther King Jr. before I've even gotten into his astrology chart. But the whole point of this is so that a person can understand that it's not a coincidence who you are or the Chinese year that you're born in. And we'll see why when we get into your birth Chinese year. So I'm going to take this chart out here. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to send a message here. Well, I think Priya had to go due to something. And there we go. Okay, so all right, let me get rid of that. Now we are back to the basic screen. You should see me. Okay, so now I'm going to make your chart, Kathy, and yours, Claire, on my regular astrology charts. And before I do that, I'm going to bring up one other chart just to give you another picture here. Okay, can you see this chart now?
Yes.
Okay. So this wheel is a layout of the 12 Western astrology signs. You see Aries, Taurus, Gemini, etc.
Yep.
And also, so when we look at what Chinese year correlates with all the Western signs. So the sign that correlates with the year of the rabbit is Pisces. You see?
Yep.
And the Chinese year of the sheep correlates with the sign. Okay. So every Chinese year, I have them in the outer circle. The year of the tiger we just finished is the year of the sign Aquarius. So every Chinese year correlates with a Western sign. And for people who want to know and understand their Chinese year a little better, they can also study some of the qualities and attributes of the Western signs, such as the year of the sheep and the sign Cancer. And the sign Cancer is the sign of maternality, mothering, sensitivity. Now, Kathy, that isn't necessarily the generalization. You're a Leo.
Correct.
You know, if you were to read about Leo and just Western, pop astrology, you'd read about people who are outgoing, confident, dramatic, inclined to sports, recreation, dancing, and romantic sociability. Okay. But actually, if you're born in the year of the sheep, it implies your deeper soul growth is very connected to understanding your emotions, feelings, and needs, like the sign Cancer. And it implies your soul growth has an element of the need to cultivate your ability to be mothering. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily having children and being a mother.
Right.
there are men who are born in the year of the sheep, and that doesn't mean they become transsexual and then become a mother, but it means essentially that your soul growth is very connected to being nurturing and helping empower people, you say. And
Mhm.
and you can then draw on being a Leo. And we just had someone else join the group. Welcome, Kate. Can you hear me? Click on your audio. You're muted at the moment, Kate.
Yeah, I have this down as starting at 3:30. I don't know why.
Well, there was unfortunately a confusion in the advertising. So something said 3 o'clock and another one said 3. And you were born in the hour of the tiger. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
3:18 a.m. You said, correct? Yeah. And in fact, Kathy, you are born in the hour of the monkey, and we'll talk about that. Claire, we've already talked about your hour being the year of the rat. At any rate, just for your benefit, Kate, you can see that there's a Chinese year that goes with each Western sign. So if you're born in the year of the rabbit, you see the arrow pointing there. That correlates with the Western sign Pisces. Okay. So if you want to learn a little more about the soul growth connection between your sun, between your Chinese year of birth, you can learn more about the qualities or attributes of the sign Pisces. So we have two rabbits here. We have Claire, born in the year of the water rabbit. And for your benefit, Kate, let me take a snack here. You know, the year of the rabbit, I'm, you know, trying to improve my vision with carrots. Anyway, so your Chinese year of the rabbit, which correlates with Pisces, implies in general your soul growth path does involve evolving sensitivity that can be cultivated through spirituality. The year of the rabbit is the most inclined of the Chinese years as a theme of your birth to find a spiritual path that includes a practice like meditation, yoga, or even music and art, or nature, spirituality, walks in the woods, or a combination of these, to enhance your ability to find inner peace and calmness. So again, as we talk about the what it means to have a Chinese year in the context of your spiritual growth, your Chinese year is part of the package of the calling for your self-actualization in life. So if you're born in the year of the rabbit, part of your calling for self-actualization is to be a being, a human being, not a human doing, to cultivate the abilities to get present, to be calm, compassionate, and use your creative intelligence in some capacity that facilitates greater empathy, understanding, universal connection with others in the world. Now, and we'll get into your Chinese year, Kathy, as well, that we have three of you are quite compatible in that I was sharing earlier, Kate, that you're most compatible with the trinity of the theme of your Chinese year of birth. So when I do a relationship compatibility between two people, the first thing I look at is their Chinese year of birth. And because I've found over 35 years and we look at 35 factors, just so happens I happen to be that much experience, but that the Chinese year of birth is one of the 35 factors we look at in terms of compatibility between two people. But it's a more powerful factor than others, like your sun sign or your Venus. So you can see my arrow here pointing to Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, or the year of the sheep, the year of the boar, and the year of the rabbit. So those three Chinese years, if someone is born in any of those Chinese years, you already have a pretty good basis or foundation for being compatible with them. And I'll just tell you from the other end of the spectrum, your worst Chinese year. And this includes when that year comes up for you, you got to be rather careful and cautious, or it's not going to be a year that's necessarily going to be very easy. So if you're born in the year of the rabbit, you see my arrow pointing there. What's the opposite of the year of the rabbit? The year of the rooster. Okay, that's why this chart comes in handy for people. So your opposite Chinese year, if someone is born in that year, from statistics, you're going to have less than a 10% chance of being compatible with anyone born in the year of the rooster if you're born in the year of the rabbit. Now, that's and it gets better or worse depending upon what the other planets are that we're looking at. Okay. So that we're not going to get into right now, but from a horoscope point of view, the year of the rooster, when that comes up 6 years from now, be a year where things may not work out very easily for you, or you need to be cautious with your health and other activities. Now, Kathy, you're born in the year of the sheep. So, as I've shared, same applies. The years of the boar, the year of the rabbit. These are naturally people you will tend to be most compatible with, and are also favorable Chinese years when they come around. So in other words, 4 years from now, when we are moving into the year of the sheep, that is going to be a pretty good year for all of you. And because that the year of the sheep lends towards a nurturing dynamic and peaceful dynamic for your life. But for you, Kathy, your opposite Chinese year, you see the arrow pointing to the opposite?
Yeah.
Is the year of the ox. Right. And so the year of the ox, we just had the year of the tiger, this 2021 was the year of the ox. So think about what your life was like a couple of years ago, right in the heart of COVID.
Exactly.
Wasn't an easy year, was it?
No, learn a lot about Zoom.
So the good news for you is that the year of the ox is not going to be back for another 12 years, or the year 2033. So, your worst Chinese year is not going to be coming back till 2033.
Good to know.
The years, each Chinese year returns every 12 years. Okay. So let's come back to the meaning of for each of you. So we're going to get a little more specific by looking at actually your astrology chart. And why are you born in the year of the rabbit? That's the proverbial question here. So let me get rid of this. Okay. And Now we're going to, I'm going to bring up, since Claire was the first one here, we're going to bring up her chart.